because there was probably a fair few of them through the 4 quarters there today.
On to the next one. Thinking about what our first practice and the FIBA break looks like. Thinking about the things we need to do better. Yeah, it's kind of where my head is now.
Did the fourth quarter kind of ease any concerns you might have about the way you guys played today?
No, I also don't have concerns. Concerns is when you think something is wrong. What we saw today is the normal progress for a young team. You don't always win. And when you go and play against the defending champions, sometimes they play better than you. And in the process of us coming together as a unit, in the process of us bringing in young and new players together, never expected this to be linear. It's not how progress looks like. It's a good lesson for us. This is something we learn from. This is something we get better from. These are the moments, these are the opponents, this is the competition that we need to meet in order to be the best version of ourselves. And I'm happy we met it. I'm also happy we didn't hang our heads from a mental standpoint, from a togetherness standpoint, but this is good for us.
In the end, was it kind of reassuring that it was your defense that got you back into the game?
Yeah, again, reassuring means that we think something is very wrong and I'm scared now and I need you to support me. We know what this team is. I know who we are. I know the kind of people we have in the locker room, and I know how they respond. There was going to be a moment where we defended better, or where shots dropped, or where we made things positive happen. I keep telling this every time you guys ask me, am I pleased? I say, no, we still got a lot to get better at. And yeah, today that showed.
Tom, what was it like for you? Obviously a big moment, kind of emotions would have been swirling. What was the game like, and I guess what was it like in that fourth quarter when things were humming?
Yeah, well, firstly it was just awesome to be back out there. It took a while to find that second wind and things again, but yeah, I mean, obviously we lost, but yeah, for me to feel that home crowd support and things again was something really special and something I've been looking forward to for a very long time. Would have been awesome to cap it off with a win, but great to be back in the building. And yeah, as you said, that fourth quarter, to be in an environment again where you hit some shots and you feel the crowd riding those emotions with you is it's cool.
Do you feel like you guys can kind of hold your heads high up on the back of that fourth quarter, finding a way to dig your way back into the game? Do you feel like you kind of take something away from this game?
Yeah, it just felt like it took us, and the danger, I think, you come off a stretch where we play game, lots of games in a short amount of time, and the guys found a really nice rhythm, and then bang, you have a week break like we had this week, and it can disrupt your rhythm a little bit, as we saw tonight, and so I guess it shows us the challenge that we have these next couple of weeks as well, because we go into a FIBA window now where we have a week and a half without a game, and it's about trying to replicate that energy and intensity and build those habits in the practice environment so that they carry over into the first 2 minutes of the game and not the last 2 minutes.
Mody, it's not the first time this season you guys have conceded a bit of a deficit in the first quarter and had to fight your way back. Why do you think it is that sometimes you guys take a bit of time to find that sort of cohesion?
I think every game is different and every reason is different. So every opponent kind of brings you different challenges. Don't think it has to do with how we start. We've also started very steady in different situations. I think this has to do with a little bit of youth sometimes, a little bit of inexperience, that I think maybe the emotions kind of get the best of us when we start, but once we settle in, we find our rhythm, and this is normal growth and progress for young players.
Ryan Repair, we saw, had his arm in a sling.
Yeah, I don't know, I'm very worried. Fingers crossed, everything's okay. He's on his way to get an x-ray. He landed poorly on his wrist. Hope it's nothing too bad. He's the best of kids. He deserves nothing bad to happen to him. So let's all just hope it's nothing serious.
Yeah, we saw Derek looked like he limped off, but then he did come back later. What happened there?
Landed poorly on his ankle. Needed to get it restrapped. He's a tough guy. I don't know if everybody comes back from that, but he did.
And another 20-point performance from Barry Brown Jr. He's really sort of taken the team on his back.
No, he really has not, and that's really not his role. He shot 3 for 5 for 15 today from 2. Nobody takes this team on his back. If somebody's carrying this team on his back, it's me. They put, when we lose, it's on me. It's on me. It's not on him, and it's not on anybody else. And it's not his job to do anything special. He has a role to play, like everyone else. You want to single out somebody today, then for me, Isaiah the Alpha played his best game. And this was progress from him.
Can you map out just sort of what the next couple of weeks looks like? Obviously, you've got some time.
A lot of work. A lot of work.
How did it feel when you netted that first 3?
I felt great. Nobody deserves it more.
Yeah, no, it was good. As I said, to feel the crowd. Yeah, it was nice and good to see that first one go through, and that's when I really felt like I was back after that.
Just in the start of this game, you weren't putting a lot of points on the board, but it felt like on a lot of occasions you were getting to spots that you're probably happy with. How do you balance the idea that the points weren't going, but how did you see the offense function?
The offense was fine. I think we were a little bit hesitant in some spots, in some places, good shots that we passed on, etc. All in all, I felt we were okay, not great, but okay getting to our spots. The defense was very bad. We leaked points in transition. We leaked points off cuts. We didn't constrain penetration. We messed up rotations, which is not something that we usually do. Defense was where we need to learn our lesson, because same like happened to us in the past, and this is really the message that I gave to the boys after the games. It's sometimes shots don't drop. This is part of what basketball is. And your background when that happens is your defense. And today, in the first half, we did not have that. And if the one first thing we want to address, it's that. It's not the makes or the misses. Those will come.
I just asked about Xavier Cooks in general. I know he only played for 13 minutes tonight, but what challenges does he present? I know you mentioned some of the defensive stuff that he probably got some that you wouldn't have been happy with, but overall, what type of player is he?
He has a unique combination of speed and skill combined with a very high basketball IQ. Has a knack of finding the right space and the right spot. And every time you put him in a situation where there's a decision to make and he has the ball in his hands, the ball goes to the right place. These are skills that you usually see in high-level point guards. For me, the person that has that, like Will McDowell-White, is exactly like that. If you put Will in a situation where there's a numbers situation somewhere on the floor, he's going to sniff it out and the ball's going to go there. It's rare when you see it in a forward. So I think that's what makes Xavier unique. I'm looking forward to playing against him again.
There were a number of, I have a feeling I know what your answer's going to be. But
Then don't ask.
There were a number of fouls called that you guys clearly weren't very happy with in that fourth quarter. Were you getting the short end of the stick?
Nah, referees were fine. They came in, they did the best that they can, just like everybody else in the building. We did not lose this game because of referees in any way, shape, or form.
Tom, how was the vision? Good?
Yeah, no, I wasn't thinking about it at all.
And do you share Mody's view that at 6-3, you're still very much a work in progress? You've still got a lot of improvement in you in this season?
For sure. Yeah, I think every team's a work in progress until the season finishes. No one's ever satisfied with where they're at. They're always learning from every game, from every possession. We spend a huge amount of time studying our games, other teams' games, and learning in that way. So, there's absolutely a huge amount of improvement still.
Where do you see your biggest upside?
Consistency, I think. Just continuing to. It's like we talked about at halftime. Like we know the kind of team we are. It's about making the other teams feel that all the time. We can't take our foot off the gas and give them hope, because when we're locked into the kind of team that we are, we're very tough to play against.
Thank you, guys.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Chemical version.